Hey guys, it's ScherBR talking, and in today's video let's talk about the 100-day ticket that we can get from achievement. I already got mine, and I can check by just clicking here. It's a grand mission. I got it, let me just go to my gift box so I can show you guys. It's on my past history. It's here. You can see special ticket artifact. It's a reward for your logging of 100 days in the game. Okay, not everyone has this because they need to just start the game on the launch day. Some people playing on iOS already got this one day before us because on launch day Android version was not playable at all. We have to wait one more day for us to be able to play the game, and that's why I got mine today. Well, I already decided which character I want. This special ticket can give you one artifact based on some characters from first generation. It's not all characters from the first generation, just some. And we just have to check by going there. Well, to go to the exchange booth with that you can choose the character, you have to go to click on this. And then it's this one, special ticket artifact, exchange booth. This one that you have to click. And it will bring you to this screen. Well, there's two special tickets that are given. This one is the 100-day login, and the second one is the beginner IF ticket. This one is based on the campaign that we could vote for the character. It was the one that Mercurius won against Gendar, and you can choose Mercurius, Leone, or Shiho. Well, this one I'll be talking later because this one involves some more faults because of the future of the game, and well, I do believe Leon is the best thing here, but I need to explain why. And not today because I'm talking about the other ticket. This is the ticket that we're talking about. Well, the characters that you can choose from the artifact are Rufus, Alicia, Sadamitsu, Freya, Tyla, Silmeria, Lucien, Mistina, Brahms, Rebecca, Gloria, Abel, and Marge. The last one being Marge. Marge and Gloria are not so old characters at all. They were released on Valhalla Assault number 3. And well, there's a lot of characters for you to choose, but some characters here won't stay relevant in the game, and that's why I'm trying to guide you guys on which character is the best choice for you. Well, let's talk character by character. Rufus is a bow user, but he's a bow user that has some problems with his kit. He still relevant if you're using a bow that inflicts physical damage because he has two ways of increasing his physical damage, but besides this he misses a lot of his attacks. He needs to face enemies that are large so he can inflict more damage. If not, his damage is very low. We have Alicia. Alicia is a Valkyrie. She's just better than Lenneth, but not by much. Lenneth is still better using action skills, and Alicia is just better than normal attacks. But there's a lot of Hakure is here, and Hakure trumps a lot on Alicia. Hakure is just better in everything. And there's more Valkyries to come. There will be on 30 years in the game. There's a lot of Valkyries that you can summon, and there's Valkyrie Alicia also coming. I do believe she will come in less than 2 months, and she's just so much better than common Alicia that it's hard to ignore this. Well, there's Sadamitsu as well. Sadamitsu is a character that can still be used by defeating gods. He has a skill that increases damage against gods. He's also very good to reach attack number 4, and his attack number 3 and 4 are very good. But he's a sword user from the ice element. This is even better because he doesn't have much competitivity on this regard. But we also don't have that many swords from the ice element. We have the avalanche sword, if I remember correctly. It works well with him, and he can use other swords in the future. And when facing gods, he may still be relevant, and don't compare it to other characters. He still has a spot in the game, okay? But not your everyday character. We have Freya, and Freya was just a good character when she was released because of her mag, which was beyond other characters. But Freya doesn't have a good orb. her orb just heals when she defeats an enemy, and then she has the E activate and nothing else. There's other characters that also has passives that increases the healing, so that's why this Freya here is not that good for the future. Okay, then we have Tyla, and Tyla is a little better than most other characters here because Tyla orb can increase damage with more physical attack and also heal. The only problem with Tyla is just that she shares the Greatsword and Fire elements with a lot of other characters. There's Arngrim, there's Arngrim F, there's Amelia, there's also Cliff, and there's also Malvina. They are all share the same Greatsword and Fire element, but Tyla still has some more use if you use her on the 4th turn, because she's a stackable type of character, and also on the 20th turn or beyond. She may still be relevant because it's just so easy to use characters with high hit combos, just like Valkyrie as the main character, and her increasing damage is just not marginal, it's a little beyond average, okay? She may still be relevant in any content that you can use. There's also the free Ignite Sword for you to use with her, but she also competes with a lot of other characters, that's what you need to think. Then we have Silmeria. Silmeria doesn't have that many good passives because she's still one of the first characters that were released in the game. She's just like Alicia, but a little better and using a bow. And she doesn't fix the problems with bow users at all, and one of her passives just do more damage below 40 HP, and that's something that you don't want to do. You always want to be on high HP levels, okay? Well, then we have Lucien. Lucien is a very good character, but he's used more for crystal drop chances than true damage. And his purify attack is not that strong, his normal attacks are not that strong like damage dealers, but he's still okay. But he's just too average for you to invest right now. You can just use him without an orb if you got him from the story when there was his event. And that's why I don't exactly recommend him, he's just average. Then we have Mistina. Mistina is a dark type sorcerer, but she's one from the 1st generation of sorcerers that she only has 2 attacks. Different from Lizard Wallet that got released, and Lizard Wallet is just so much better than Mistina. And we also have Amelia, and Amelia is also a sorcerer from the dark element that also uses staffs, and she's way better than Mistina. She does not even need an orb to perform well, and we got her from free. So Mistina is the first character that I totally ruled out on these choices. I don't really recommend Rufus as well, but these are the 2 characters that I recommend less when compared to others. Also Alicia, if you have Valkyrie, just don't get Alicia, it's just a waste. Okay, now we have Brahms. Brahms is in a good place here because, well, his orb increases damage when the combo hit raises. It's just the same stuff as Valkyrie. Well, Valkyrie does more damage as long as the combo hit counter keeps raising, and that's exactly what Brahms does. So we'll keep getting more characters that have more hit counts, so Brahms keeps getting stronger with new characters released, but he will depend on them, and he needs to be used less on your squad. I don't really like his attacks, he can miss some of these attacks because it's not very coordinated. But if you time out very good and you still use the other characters that work well with his animation, you still may get some good off Brahms. And also he doesn't have that much competition on the Greatsword Dark element type so far. That's why he's still relevant in the game. He's a good choice for you as well. And then we have Rebecca. Rebecca is another bow user that doesn't fix most of her problems by not exactly focusing something. And she also depends very much of her orb to inflict the healing. And we have Leon as an option on the 7th day of the bonus login, and that's why I also rule out Rebecca as a choice here, because she doesn't perform well as a bow user and she really needs her orb to shine. She does seem to have a good critical hit chances, but he also her 3rd attack is very good, but her healing just does not justify her as a character. You can still use Cena when comparing the both characters' healing. She just has more nuke damage compared to Cena, but not as much as we would like to. Okay, then we have Gloria. I don't really like Gloria because Gloria is just a character that tries to be a tank by using as mouse words instead of great swords. And the only thing that she has on her side to deal more damage is by dealing critical hit damage, and for critical hit chance she needs her orb as well. The character too reliant on her orb. Well, Brahms is also too reliant on his orb, but well, Brahms has safety on being still relevant because of how his orb works, but Gloria doesn't have anything too different from the characters that could keep her place in the meta. And then there's Abel. Abel is a strange character because, well, he's good to be used with Arngrim or other tanks because he sends his aggro to other tanks, other characters and then you can use Arngrim with his orb to draw even more attacks to Arngrim. And he has a very strong passive that increases both attack and mag, and because of it he can just be used for nukes with both bows based on attack and bows based on mag. And that's why he's still a little relevant in Japan. He's even rated higher than all the other bow users on this selector. And I can say that he's also he's only competing with Nachi and Marge in this moment. I do believe these are the three best archers in the game right now. And well, Nachi is also from the dark element, and this is why it's a little hard to justify choosing Abel, but Abel does a little more damage than Nachi most times, especially with his attack. When using action skills, sometimes Nachi may be better, but Nachi is not as strong when dealing normal attacks as Abel. Abel also has very nice attack animation, it's very hard to miss, and he's a good choice as well. Okay, now there's the last choice, is Marge. Marge is the best bow user in the game right now. She uses the ice element. We only have one bow of the ice element, and it's not that good of a bow, but still usable. We'll probably get better bows of the ice element as well. And Marge can be used without her orb just fine. She just has a lot of good passives that will work in every content and using any type of bow. Different from Abel. Abel can also use other elements, but he will be preferring using the dark bows, or just because of his attack animation, the dark attack is the best attack of Abel. So he should be inflicting more dark damage. When compared to Marge, Marge has two strong attacks, and one is from the ice element, the other one is not from the ice element, so she kinda shares her attacks and helps when deciding to use other elements as well. Okay, and also Marge works well without her orb. Abel works a little better with his orb. And now let's just discuss something here. The first question: what's the best character for you to choose right now with your tickets, without considering the other characters that you have? The best character here, just choosing the character, is Arngrim, no doubt. But Arngrim needs his orb. If you just choosing Arngrim you don't have a way to get his orb, or it's your first Arngrim, it's hard to justify because the game meta right now is just damage. There are no content that needs a tank, and Arngrim without his orb, he's just a damage dealer. And there's a lot of damage dealers here that can work just as fine as an Arngrim without his orb. Even Marge can do a lot of damage compared to Arngrim without an orb. So that's why you can just choose the character that you want. If you don't have any of these characters here, it's hard to happen something like this. But because in the game right now, when you start the game, you can get one artifact as a guarantee. So that's why it's hard for you to not have any of these characters. But if you have one of these characters, there's just some of these characters that I will still rule out to get the artifact of the character instead of a new character. If you have Rufus, still don't get his orb. Okay, he is just not that strong for the future. He will only work with physical type of offensive bows. Don't get Alicia, you get a lot of Valkyries. Even if you have Alicia, don't get her orb. Try to think about other character. If you have Sadamitsu and he's the only one, or the best of the only one that you have here, he's still a good choice. he'll still be useful in some content. If you have Freya and not one of the other characters, don't get her orb. Unless just only get if you love the character, but her orb is just one of the worst orbs of this selector. Tyla is still relevant if you have Tyla and others not so strong characters on this choice. Tyla is still a good investment if you have Tyla already and you can just get one for orb. Steel Media, don't invest on Steel Media. It's at least I don't think she's worth for this. If you only have Steel Media, instead of getting her orb, just choose another character. There's Lucien. Lucien is still usable for a lot of content because of his crystal drop, but he's not exactly a nuker, so I still don't recommend getting his orb as well. It's still other character that I rule out from the list. Mestina I rule out completely. Don't get Mestina. We have Brahms, and Brahms I rule him in. You can just choose his artifact if you have a Brahms, and like I said, Brahms plus a combination of the characters that I'm saying that you don't have to choice. Get Brahms. Brahms is good. His artifact will be good. And then we have Rebecca. I rule out Rebecca if you don't have Rebecca. It's only interesting to use the orb if you only have Rebecca off this list, but I still don't recommend Rebecca, okay? Same for Gloria. Gloria is just a character not exactly good with exactly a particular thing. She just tries to do two things and then she fails in the two things to be excel and just average in the two things, okay? I don't really recommend you to start investing in Gloria. There's other choices here, like I said. And Abel, yes, if you only have Abel on this list, or just Abel and the one that I ruled out, yes, you can choose his orb. He will be doing more damage and he is still relevant in the game. Then Marge, okay, if you have Marge, I still rule her as a best character than most of the other characters here, because she at least have a place that there's not much competition. It's a bow user with the ice element, we don't have much. And she's also very strong in all departments. She's defensive, she's offensive, she does critical hits, she deals more critical damage, she gets stronger with time, she has a lot of stuff going on for her, okay? So that's it. If you don't have Arngrim, you can just choose the other characters that you have already, so you can just add an orb. A character with an orb works way better than a character without an orb. But if you're just trying to think about the future, getting Arngrim here is it's good because you're just securing at least one copy of Arngrim. You need the second one for the orb, and if you get lucky by playing the game, you can get more Arngrims, and you just use as upgrade for more attacks. Okay. So I hope this explains. This is no simple question because I don't know which characters you have, and I try to just explain you what the best you can get from the characters that you may have and the ones that you don't have. Okay, that's it guys, thanks for watching so far. I really hope that I could just help people trying to decide on this thing, and please subscribe if you haven't. I really need some help to get to 1k subscribers, and we see each other on the next video. Bye.